Days HOFOUR Live Spoilers December 12th. THEFALL A Gentle Soul. HOW Jeremy's Snap redefines Salem's moral landscape. Salem has weathered its fair share of storms. We've seen villains scheme, heroes falter, and innocents betrayed. But the events of December 12th promise something different, something more profoundly unsettling than a typical plot twist. Today, the canvas of Days of Our Lives isn't splashed with the garish colors of a mad scientist's plot or a business takeover. It's stained with the subtle, tragic hue of a shattered psyche. Today, Jeremy Horton snaps. This isn't the calculated snap of a Stefano Di Mera reveling in chaos, nor is it the impulsive burst of a Brady Black. Jeremy's fracture is a quiet cataclysm, the final, deafening crack in a foundation of compassion that has been eroding for years. His transformation is the spoiler that matters, not for the immediate danger it poses, but for the devastating mirror it holds up to Salem itself. The anatomy of a breaking point. To understand the earthquake, we must survey the fault lines. Jeremy Horton entered Salem's stage as a healer, a therapist, a listener in a town of shouters. He was the calm harbor, the one who wielded not a syringe of amnesia serum, but the tools of empathy and reason. In a place where problems are traditionally solved by blackmail, affair, or counterfeit death, Jeremy represented a radical alternative, understanding. But Salem does not suffer such gentleness gladly. It is a psychic vampire, feeding on the good intentions of its residents. Jeremy has borne witness to the town's endless cycle of trauma. He's heard the confessions, mediated the unsolvable conflicts, and tried to apply logic to a universe that fundamentally rejects it. He watched as his careful counsel was routinely discarded for dramatic, self-destructive choices. The weight of being Salem's collective conscience has become unbearable. The specific catalyst on December 12th involves his sister, Sarah. Details are guarded, but the outline is clear. Sarah is in peril, threatened by one of Salem's ancient, entrenched evils, a force that plays by the old, cruel rules. Jeremy's every professional instinct, every plea for due process and rational action is met with a brick wall of corruption, arrogance, or sheer malevolence. In this moment, he has a horrifying epiphany. In Salem, goodness is not a strength. It is a design flaw. The snap, not a rage, but a reckoning. When Jeremy snaps, don't expect a screaming rampage. Expect something far colder, more dangerous, and intellectually terrifying. The spoilers hint at a chilling precision. The compassionate light in his eyes doesn't ignite into fury. It simply extinguishes, replaced by the cool, analytical gleam of a surgeon who has decided the patient. Salem itself requires a radically different procedure. His first actions are not violent, but profoundly transgressive. He uses his deepest weapon, his knowledge. Confidential sessions, whispered fears, shared vulnerabilities. The sacred vault of the therapist's office is breached. But not for blackmail, for strategy. He begins to manipulate, not with threats, but with predictions, turning Salem's own psychological pathologies against it. He tells Xander exactly what he needs to hear to unleash his protective fury. He plants a seed of doubt in Maggie's mind that unravels a key alliance. He gives Leo a nudge that sends him careening into his worst instincts. He becomes the puppet master, not by pulling strings, but by simply revealing where the strings are and handing the ends to the people most likely to pull them. He is engineering chaos, but a directed, surgical chaos aimed at the specific target that pushed him over the edge. The spoiler suggests he sets in motion a chain of events that successfully dismantles his enemy's life by the end of the day, legally, socially, and emotionally. It is a masterpiece of ruin, achieved not with a weapon, but with a word. The ripple effect, Salem's soul in question. The true brilliance of this plot twist is not Jeremy's fall, but the shockwave it sends through the community. The moral center of gravity in Salem shifts violently. For Kayla and Steve, this is their nephew, the good one. His fracture forces them to confront a terrible truth. Their lifetime of battling bad guys may have done little to protect the truly good from being corrupted by the environment they failed to change. For Marlena, this is her professional peer, her ally in sanity. His descent is her worst nightmare realized, the ultimate burnout, the proof that even the strongest therapeutic mind can be broken by Salem. Her haunting question, did I fail him? Did we all fail him? For the villains, figures like Clyde Weston or even a scheming Ava Vitali are unnerved. They understand rage and greed. But this? A good man turning calculated and cold, using truth as a weapon? It's an unfamiliar and unsettling battlefield. Their old tricks won't work. For the audience, we are forced to ask a difficult question. Were we complicit? Did we, like the citizens of Salem, take Jeremy's goodness for granted? Did we see his calm presence as narrative wallpaper, background to the more exciting dramas, only to realize now that he was the canary in the coal mine? A new dawn of shadows. The December 12th spoilers end not with Jeremy in handcuffs or fleeing town, but standing silently in the Horton living room, staring at the family portrait as the Christmas decorations go up around him. The mission is accomplished. The enemy is broken, but the victory is ash. Jeremy Horton is not a villain. He is something new, a post-hero, a man who has looked into the abyss of Salem's soul and, finding it wanting, has decided to fight fire with a chilling, efficient ice. He has not lost his intelligence or his desire for justice. He has simply shed the burden of mercy that this town exploited. His snap redefines the rules. If the gentlest soul in Salem can be twisted into a quiet agent of ruin, then no one is safe. More importantly, no one is inherently good. It suggests that in the ecosystem of Salem, morality is not a fixed trait, but a temporary condition, a luxury that the constant trauma of existence eventually strips away. The days following December 12th won't just be about cleaning up the fallout of Jeremy's actions. They will be about a community staring into the mirror he has become. The real spoiler isn't that Jeremy snapped. It's that when he did, Salem finally had to look at the reflection of what it had created, and the face staring back, cold, intelligent, and utterly remorseless, was its own. The most creative twist Days has offered in years isn't a resurrection or a secret twin. It's the death of certainty, and the terrifying, fascinating birth of a man who learned that in a town built on drama, the most powerful role to play is no longer the healer, but the playwright of its downfall.